SA finals series right here. We got the first game of the finals after a season that started way back in October. We're down to 4, and after tonight, we'll be down to 3. We've got the 4th place Sturt Falcons versus the 3rd place Hills Heat. Hills new in the competition. They made the finals for the first time in their first year of existence. And the Falcons, the drive for 5 as well for Truly and Alive. Can they win their 5th straight championship? We'll start to know the answers tonight. Eric Ballnar here, joined by Lee Hull. Lee, should be a good final series.
Certainly should, Eric, and good evening, everyone. The weather's looking a bit unusual for this time of the year, but we'll push on, see how we go. Exciting game here. I'm picking Sturt by 1 run, actually. So I'll be either a very good judge or a very poor judge. It'll
be a close one. We both know both teams have the bats, and there's a couple impact players on both sides, but especially at finals time, what it really comes down to is the pitching. And we got a great matchup. You got Tash Straps, Stars player. She's sort of been in and out of the lineup due to injury at the end of the season versus Georgia Hood, and there might not be a better up-and-coming young pitching prospect in maybe even the country than Georgia Hood.
That's true, perfectly true, and Georgia's had a bit of a break from the game. Whether she's been injured or whether it's just the way the cookies have crumbled, but she'll be fit and raring to go tonight. And Tash, as you mentioned, she wore that nasty one that Jordan Lambert drilled back at her in the game against West Torrens. So I'm sure the pitching will have a great deal to do with it.
The great thing is about Tash is the last start she had was fantastic. About 5 innings, just 1 run allowed. She really showed that she's back in form, and she's going to be the girl that really has to help carry this team back to the final.
Certainly, and at her best, Tash is a very good and very smart pitcher. You know, she'll probably give credit to her dad or her mum for that, or both, maybe.
The other battle I'm looking forward to is that battle of those ultimate utility players. They can play infield, they can catch. Amber Hood for Hills versus Sarah Tonkin for Sturt. Both girls turned in fantastic seasons, and those could be the people that deliver the big hits.
They could do, although Alex Mackey is catching and Amber's playing at shortstop in this game, so that'll be rather interesting. Alex Mackey, quite a competent catcher, but that allows them to play Amber at shortstop, so it's a big hole to fill, shortstop, isn't it?
So the way the finals works is like this. The 3rd place team, Hills, plays the 4th place team, Sturt. Loser, they're done. They go home. On the backfield tonight, the top 2 teams, Walkerville and West Torrens, they're playing each other, and the loser will play in the preliminary final and meet the winner of this game. Well, the winner of that goes straight to the grand final. So there's lots on the line, and it's quite exciting that finals are probably here.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's been very good and a very good season. I've really enjoyed this season, as you have too, Eric, because we've had some close goes.
And before we settle in here, Lee, let's just thank everybody for tuning us in all season long on Spacequake Sports. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Spacequake Sports and Channel 44's coverage of the 2018 Softball SA Final Series.
Jenny is not going to let the ball go.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like.
What a fantastic grab by Emma Burridge.
Y'all don't really want it like.
She's going to rip this one down the line. That falls in for the first base hit of the ball game. Towards 3rd, she's going to slide right in there.
And the courtesy runner in Michelle Davis scored.
Well, there's a look here at the grounds. It's a bit more of a ominous day than expected here at West Beach. Across Adelaide and all South Australia, really, they were predicting 35 degrees, sunny and hot. It got hot today, it got humid, but we missed out on the sun part. It's been just like you see on the screen all day, really rainy, and it is just before 7 o'clock here. But to be honest, if you look at the lighting, it's been like this for most of the day, just sort of dark. And because of that, we're going to have a bit of a delay due to darkness to start this game. Unfortunately, Lee, we're waiting for the lights to get programmed and turned on. You can see them starting right now. The lights are starting to go on, so we're going to be starting as soon as the lights get ready to go.
Yeah, that's fair enough, and that's unfortunate. But as you said, Eric, the lights have come on. They take a while to get to their full strength, and at the moment it's too dark for the players to play. It's too dangerous.
And it's a bit of a fair call, especially in the finals. You don't want any mistake, like if a ball's hit to left field and a player misses it because it's too dark. That'd be a real shame for a season to end that way, and this is an elimination final.
Yeah, it certainly would. So err on the side of caution.
But you can see the lights start to go on. Hopefully they don't take too long to get full strength. The umpires, I'm sure, will let us know when the start time is. Hill's on the field right now getting ready. Georgia Hood, she is the starting pitcher, and she is as good as they come, especially among the youth in this country. She was the under-19 player of the tournament at the Nationals. And that wasn't just for South Australia. That was for the entire country. She's going to be a player to watch in this one.
And the player of the Nationals was the player, not the pitcher. So her batting as well is one of her great strengths.
Well, there's a look at the weather radar as well. So we might have a game that will have all kinds of twists and turns, including perhaps a rain delay. We hope not. Perhaps just a sprinkle. But it's going to be a very challenging game under these conditions, and I love it. This is what finals, any finals in any sport's all about, is these challenging conditions. So it'll be interesting to see how we go. Once again, we're under delay, just waiting for the lights to go back on. Looks like we'll get started earlier than a 15-minute delay, only because the lights are getting up there, and that's great to see.
Yes, and you can see the difference in the light now with them on, and they're taking effect. But the umpires will not go out there until they're ready and that they deem it safe.
Yeah, I'm sure the umpires will let us know when the game is good to go, and then we'll let you all know sitting at home waiting for this one. It's a star-studded umpiring crew today, Lee.
It certainly is, starting with Jackie Kraft is on plate, and Neville Lawrence is at first base, and Greg Russack is on third.
On the diamond at the back at the same time, we have Walkerville, who is the second place team, and the number 1 team, West Torrens, who have not lost in 2018. We'll be getting some updates via Andrew Scott, whose daughter is pitching in that game back there. So we'll keep you up to date with all the games going on, but it's finals time, and it's certainly exciting.
It is, and the finals finished up with West Torrens on top by 1 point, 1 point only from Walkerville. And then there's a break to the third and fourth team, and I think that's Hills 24 and Sturt 23.
And you see the girl on this picture right here walking around in crutches. It's a big blow for Walkerville, Lee, because it's Haley Benithan, who's been one of the better players on Walkerville this season. She's had a real breakout year. As you look at the field right now, my goodness, Lee, just got a few, I don't know if the right word is decibel, lumens? Is that the right word? A bit lighter out there.
Lux, I think is the word.
Lux, sure.
Yeah, Lux.
Alex Mackey, the catcher today, will take you around the defensive arrangement here for Hills. We talked a lot about Georgia Hood pitching and what a fantastic year she has had. She's really only pitched on Saturdays, but 84 innings pitched. She's got a 2.7 ERA. That was really inflated from one very bad game, and she'll be the first to admit it, that she had versus Sturt the last time they played. Sturt won 14-3. Other than that, it's been pretty cruisy for her. She's got 84 strikeouts and 84 innings. Her walks haven't been too bad, but she's got a 9-5 record, and when she's not pitching, they have a 1-6 or 7 record, so her pitching makes the biggest difference.
Tells the story in itself, doesn't it?
But defensively, how are we looking, Lee?
Well, in the infield for the Hills, it's Pippa Adkins at first. At third base, Danny Perez. In the holes at second and at shortstop, Kim Cutting and Amber Hood. Defending the grass out in the deep, it's Georgia Ballard at left field, Emily Hopkins at centre, and Steph Stewart at right field.
And what a great story from some of these players on this team, one of them in particular being Pippa Adkins. She's been excellent at first base. She's a rookie. She's going to be in the conversation for someone that could win Rookie of the Year. Haley Benithan's in the conversation. Sophie Roberts in that conversation. There's quite a few players out there, but one of the better young players in her first full year, Pippa Adkins. What a fantastic season she's had.
Certainly, and she also plays centre field with great skill and expertise, because you remember that game when Glenelg looked like they were getting up, and it was Pippa's diving catch at centre field that snuffed them out, snuffed their chance.
So Georgia Hood pitching today, but one of the big differences between regular season and finals is the timed games are out the window. Mercy rule still in effect. However, they're going to play 7 innings if you can play 7 innings.
Yeah, and coaches adopt a different tack with this. There's no rush. There's no bustle. Let's hurry. You know, let's get in there and because time is not your enemy. It's the 7 innings.
And you sometimes see that late in games when there's no new innings after that 85-minute mark. You see teams maybe walk someone intentionally just to take out a couple minutes of it. They're already up by 4 or 5 runs, so they'll try to trade a run for delaying that time. There's no way anyone's going to fool with that in this game.
No, they'll just play proper softball over the 7 innings if it goes that long.
The mercy rule is in effect, though. It's 15 after 3, 10 after 4, and 7 after 5. It is a possibility, I guess, in any game that we played early in the season. We said all these games that were just so widely apart, even though the standings were so close. But at the end of the season, the scores really tightened up. Now, these two teams, let's talk about Sturt, let's talk about Hills, because Sturt has had Hills' number all season long. This is the time for Hills. You'd think that they want to try to end that curse. And the last time they played 14-3, Sturt win in a game that really, if they did not win that game, they wouldn't have even been in the finals.
No, and you talk about Georgia Hood, but she had 2 attempts in that game, and she looked to me as if she was carrying an injury the second time she came back on. She may not have been, but it was a game they'd rather forget. And this is a different ball game, and you've explained about we're playing not to time, but the 7 innings, and I'm sure we'll see the real Georgia Hood tonight.
And Tash Straps on the bump today for Sturt as the team sort of gather here. They're having the plate meeting right now. Now, as much as we're talking about Sturt here, they've sort of, I hate to use the word limp, but I'm going to use it. They've sort of limped into the finals here. They've only got 2 wins from 8 games in 2018 after the Christmas break. They just squeaked into the finals by 1 win over Seacombe, but they are in the finals, and this is not a team to be underestimated. They have won 4 straight championships.
And plenty of those players are still remaining with the Sturt team.
Yeah, your
so
Ada Caruanas, Maddie Cameron, your Sarah Tonkins, key parts of these lineups. The big out, though, has to be Belle White.
Yes, well, Belle, that's it for the season, isn't it, really? It's a shame for her and for the Sturt Club. She's a fantastic player. I'd go so far as to say the best player in this state. Has been for a while.
So Sturt, the drive for 5, they're going to try to keep that alive. Look at that. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know that I was saying those words in a row that rhymed.
You surprise yourself at times.
And then you've got Hills. What a great story they've been. You know, everyone knew that Hills produced some fantastic softball players. They put them in the premier competition, in the Adelaide City competition, right in the A grade. They got all the players that are from that region put on this team. The Hoods, even from Mount Gambier, coming and playing on the team. And they have been very good. They busted out of the gates. They've leveled off. They haven't rolled up the victories in a row like they have before, but pretty much a 500 record after Christmas. So they're still in decent form heading into there. And once again, when Georgia's on the mound, they're a completely different team.
That's right, and they certainly haven't let the competition down by being in. They've been competitive, and it's unfortunate on the Wednesday evening that Georgia's not going to come down from the mount. So you can't blame her there. It's a long drive there, here and back, and too iffy going home at that time of night.
She'll have to go against a Sturt lineup, though, that is very strong. Ada Caruana, formerly Brinket Tree, she's one of the top players in the competition, certainly. She's a great outfielder, and she leads the league in stolen bases. She gets on base at ease, it feels like. She leads it off. Rachel Tonkin, first full year as a starter at second base. Her bat's really starting to come into form. Sarah Tonkin, one of the big breakout players of the season. Third base, catcher, elite with the bat. Maddie Cameron, she's a Team Australia player. So you can't underestimate Maddie Cameron, that's for sure. Georgie Baker, what a year she's had with the bat, followed by Lauren Fleming, really come strong at the end of the season. Tash Straps, Lily Rashid, and the youngster Jessie Keach rounds it out. But Ada Caruana, Ada Brinket Tree formerly walking to the plate, and we are about to get underway. It's Sturt versus Hills in the first minor final. Winner advances, loser gets home. It's finals time. Georgia Hood settles in. And with that, the finals are underway. And it's a strike right off the bat, and it's exactly what you'd expect from Georgia.
Yes, it's and when you're in the pitching position, it's nice to get the first one over of the game and go from there.
Ada Brinket Tree can reach even on a what would be an out for most people, a little ground ball. She's got the wheels to get there on first, and it's reflected in an amazing on-base percentage from Ada Caruana, 582. It's second on the team, only behind Belinda White, but top among, I guess, the active players in the game.
Yes, and isn't she such a dangerous player when she's on base?
And she swings at that one. That gets over Hood's hand. Amber Hood zips it across the diamond and got her.
That's probably why Amber's playing at shortstop and not catching.
That was a best-on-best battle right there. Amber Hood has got a heck of an arm. Ada Brinket-Tree, she's got some of the best speed in the game, and that was a bang-bang play. Look at her hustle down the line. Here's the throw across, and it just gets it in. Ada can't believe it. Amber can, as she just gunned her down. And that's big, because you take a dangerous player off the base pass and brings in Rachel Tonkin. One of the two Tonkin sisters on this team. Rachel Tonkin, for such a young player, so patient here. 507 on base average, a 311 batting average. She's got 19 hits. She had a very good year this year.
Yes, and she played her 400th game last week.
And she's getting stronger. She had a couple hits in her 400th game. She got hurt right before Christmas, broke the wrist. First couple games, she was a little slow getting back into it. They were trying to ease her back into it, but boy, did she look full strength in the last game we played.
Yeah, she's quality, as her sister is as well.
Rachel Tonkin, being a part of this club for a very long time, 400 club games at just 18 years old, and primed to play 400 more, but this time at the top level here with the A grade side.
That'll be an achievement in itself, 800.
But these Sturt members are just so fiercely loyal to this club, and it breeds success and it breeds championships. She swings at that one, and Georgia Hood has her first victim in the form of Rachel Tonkin. It's strikeout number 1. It's 2 outs.
Yes, a high pitch then, but Rachel was after it.
Still not out of the woods. She's batting .413, Sarah Tonkin. What a season she's had, and following her is Maddie Cameron, so this is a tough 1-2 part in the lineup.
And the green team will be looking to sit both of these down. Well, they only need to sit one down, as is 2 out.
And you see the focus and intensity in Sarah. She's one of the most competitive people you'll meet. Everything she does, done with fierce competitiveness. Whether it be at ice hockey or softball or just racing you down the whatever line and whatever it is. She wants to win.
I'll tell you what, the Hills top hood, Georgia, has started brilliantly.
She has, throwing some gas early on. She's got a couple different pitches she can use, and she's got Sarah Tonkin at 0-2, and she chops at that one. It's a little slow roller. Georgia Hood plays it over to first, and she's safe. Good hustle from Sarah Tonkin down the line, and she's aboard with an infield single.
A tricky play, isn't it? A bit like a little miss-hit sort of thing, and you get safe on that. We've talked about that before on many occasions.
Here's a look at the replay, and just a really awkward chopper down the line. Takes a lot of hustle. It was a close play. It was a good throw across the diamond. But now a potential here for Maddie Cameron, Team Australia player, to do some damage. And runner is going. She slides in there. Out! She's gunned down. Alex Mackey flashing the arm there. She gets the courtesy runner. Here's a look at the replay. Throw here. It goes down in a... it was Ada that was caught stealing as well, too. And she leads the league in stolen bases. What a highlight reel throw to start this one.
So Maddie Cameron remains in the batting box, and she'll be the leadoff in innings number 2.
Well, it's little plays like those that really do win finals matches leads. Those little things, getting the runner. But it's also those little plays. You got to take those shots as well, too. And a player like Ada Brinket-Tree on base, you got to try to advance her.
Yeah, well, if you're going to steal anybody, it's going to be her or people like Jordan Lambert, the West Torrens girl.
Well, defensively, Lee, how do Sturt look?
Sturt, well, it's Tash Straps, as you said, pitching to Sarah Tonkin. First base is Georgie Baker. Third base, Jessie Keach. At second base, it's Rachel Tonkin. And in the hole at shortstop, it's Maddie Cameron. The outfield, the guardians of the grass, Lauren Fleming, Lily Rashid, and Ada Caruana.
And they do have some outfield depth, which is great to see. That has been a pretty solid outfield for them, and the bats are really coming around out there as well, too. makes them pretty reliable. Jessie Keach, a youngster, great to see her get in the lineup, earn her spot on this team, and get a start in the finals.
Yes, they've tried a few people there, but Jessie in the last couple of weeks, last 3 weeks I think it is, she's looked okay there, very solid.
Well, here's Tash Straps. She's a Stars pitcher. Very useful player because she can hit, she can play around the diamond, but really you like to see her pitch, and she's got that changeup, which is just so killer. I was a little worried about it though, just because it was so windy, a little bit dark out here, but it's really evened out here. It's not so windy, and you know what? That could work very well.
And that'll suit the changeup.
Tash Straps, very good pitcher here. She's really started to settle in and find her form towards the end of the season. She came back from Nationals. She was hurt. She came back in the lineup, got a line drive. She looks settled in now, and she's going to need to have a big one again. And Straps getting calls for the pitches just outside for a ball. She's going against Amber Hood. She leads it off, and Amber Hood, another fantastic player, 385 batting average. She's second on the team to her sister, who's batting 435.
Yes, Amber's an extra base hitter. She has a lot of power. And to think she started off as a pitcher before Georgia came along, and she reverted to being a catcher.
And now she's working her way into infield at shortstop, and you saw the difference she made with some great defense. That was the big story really of that first half inning. They had that great defensive play from Amber Hood, and then they caught someone stealing. Those are two big plays, keeps them off base, and puts some pressure here on Tash Straps.
And it sets the tone.
It really does, and this is chopped foul, so Straps has got ourselves back in the count with a 2-2. That's one thing you'll notice about Tash, is she just battles.
Yeah, she gives you 100%. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Well, the Heat trying to get that leadoff runner aboard and put some pressure on. Emily Hopkins and Georgia Hood following, then Pippa Atkins, and here's a hit. It just finds its way up the middle. It was a softly hit ball, but that's one where it's just hitting the right place, Lee, and Amber Hood's aboard with a single to start this game off.
Yes, it didn't look like her normal changeup. It looked like just a little bit off the pace, and she just kept her arms back, Amber, and then poked it out the center field for a single.
And it looked like Amber sort of half missed it as well, too, and it just found its way to the outfield, and you got to take it. Great piece of hitting from Amber to stay with it as well, too. And Emily Hopkins crunches this one on the first pitch, and this goes to the outfield. Good job of blocking that down, and Amber Hood is going to get to third base. Emily Hopkins with a double, and the Hills Heat are threatening early.
Well, that was rather interesting, wasn't it? First pitch, it was high, and she's gone after it. Cleared Maddie Cameron at shortstop. It's a great piece of the ball.
Well, swinging at pitches pretty early in the count in the first couple batters here. Georgia Hood, the pitcher, she leads the team in batting average as well. Makes a big difference when she's in the lineup. Now, I think we talked about the record with Georgia in the lineup and without the lineup. And we know that, but I think only half the reason is because Georgia's pitching. I think the big reason, like you alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Lee, is the bat. You take out a bat with a 435 lineup, of course your team's going to suffer.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a nice-looking pitch from Tash. She wants it called. She's not getting it. She was sort of looking at the umpire, trying to buy her way in there.
Hard stare then, wasn't it?
It was. It was a good-looking pitch, but it's going to be consistently, I think, like that all game. 1-1 count. Tash deals. Just outside again.
Like when you're facing, as a pitcher, when you're facing the big gun batters, you need to pitch them very carefully. Sometimes you find they walk, they get a base on balls because you've pitched so carefully.
And again, just outside. She's just nibbling the corners here against Georgia Hood, and you sort of have to against a batter like this.
You do. You put one over the middle, it'll still be going this time tomorrow.
And a big pitch right there. That's the danger pitch from Tash Straps. Comes back with a changeup, and oh my goodness, one of the best batters in the competition just bit hard on that, and it shows you how threatening Tash can be.
Good thing for the Sturt team, she didn't make contact.
So big position here, and she swings at that one. That's going to be just sort of fended away and stays alive. It knocks it out to the outfield. 3-2 count. What a battle we have early on here between Hood and Straps. Runner on second and third, a dangerous batter here. Pippa Atkins on deck. Got to get an out somehow. Here's the pitch. and just drops in there, but it is going to be called a ball. And walking to first base with the first walk of the game is Georgia Hood. So 3 batters, and they're on bases 1, 2, and 3. The rookie, Pippa Adkins. What a story this would be if she can step in and deliver the first punch in this finals.
She's certainly capable of it.
Hit 273 with a 446 on base percentage this year. Good patience at the plate. 6 RBI, or 11 RBIs, sorry, on the season. That's second on the team.
Yeah, and she hits the ball. She can hit the ball a long way as well, as with Ada playing so deep.
Important that defense is there, and Pippa Adkins grounds this up the middle. That's going to score a run. Will it score 2? This gets all the way out to the wall. Could this clear the ball? Pippa Adkins touches third and goes back. Hey, hey, what do you say? The Hills Heat are alive, and it's a 3-0 game thanks to the bat of Pippa Adkins. Here's a look at the replay, Lee. And you see them all touch him. Pippa Adkins comes up clutch. And what a start is. This just gets through, and it's just a bit of a misplay there by Lily Rashid, and that's costly because it goes all the way to the wall. And they were quick to call them around. Both Hood score, and Emily Hapkins, and Pippa Adkins helps deliver a big punch there.
Yeah, and it made the difference then of one further run. Lily just looked like she overran it to me.
That's a big moment right there. It's 3 runs across the board, runner on third. They really got to settle down. It's sort of tough brace because it's not like the balls are being pounded here. They've just gone to the right places. Tough as a pitcher when that happens. When you're not getting crushed, it's just finding the wrong spots.
Yeah, that's 2 batters now that's come out chasing the first pitch with runners on. So obviously there's a plan by coaches Hood and Hopkins.
So do you reckon those would be specific instructions? Bunt laid down here. Throw over to first. Tash Straps gets her. Throw home. Can they get the double? And she's safe. Good piece of base running there from Pippa Adkins. And it was actually fairly well played here by the Sturt defense. Not much they could do. There's the bunt. Tash Straps leans in. Good throw to first. And a quick throw down the line. But it was just nice base running from Pippa Adkins. It was always going to be a tough play. So the bases are clear. Kim Cutting steps up. That's bobbled at third by Keach. And Kim Cutting is aboard after a bobble over at third. So it's a 4-0 game, and another base runner is all on.
So happening here, Eric.
A big first inning.
They need to tighten up now, the Blues. Falcons.
Alex Mackey, the catcher, fouls this away, and again a first pitch swing. They're going after Sturt, that's for sure.
And putting runs on the board, which is more important.
4-0 Hills.
Only one out.
Well, we knew Hills had the big offense, but I don't think many people would have predicted 4 in the first.
No.
And she swings at this one again, and again, just swinging at pretty much everything right now. Aggression. You even saw that with the base running.
The just got her hands of the ball then on the one wide, but Tash has got to come back here and get some outs, a couple more outs.
Alex Mackey.
Early days.
Good opportunity to even just advance the runner. And just outside again, the Sturt supporters arguing a little bit here, playing umpire themselves.
And Tash has had a wry smile then. I'm not quite sure whether that's in agreement with the call.
And here's a pitch, and this is going to find its way to the outfield once again. Good job from Lily Rashid in there to cut it off and hold the runner to second. And again, just a little blooper, and this has just been very, I mean, they've really taken advantage of the opportunities, but again, these aren't hard-hit balls. They're just finding the right spots.
And I think the temperature's got something to do with this, the sort of night we've got. It's humid. The ball usually holds up on that.
Steph Stewart swings at the first pitch. This is lifted to the outfield, and it finds a gap. That's going to score a run, and it might score 2. It should score 2. Steph Stewart steps at second. Throw to home. Talkin grabs it, but they're in there safely. And it's a 2 RBI double from Steph Stewart, and it's 6-0 in the first.
what do you say, Eric, to this?
Again, a first pitch swing, and that one found a gap. It was a big hit, and this is good hitting top to bottom for Hills. And they have made the finals for the first time, and they are taking full advantage. They've got a 6th spot here in the first, and there's just one out. Georgia Ballard comes up. She'll be the last one appearing in this inning. They'll have to cycle them through them all again.
Well, this has caught me unawares.
Georgia Ballard hasn't played too much this season. Another early swing, and Tonkin grabs this and just takes it herself. I like the aggression there from Tonkin, just running it over to first, and that's the second out. We go back to the top of the lineup with Amber Hood, and she's got a runner on third. So Georgia Ballard retired. She really's only played a couple games this season.
Yep.
But great to see her get a nod in the finals.
Certainly.
Well, Amber Hood, 1 for 1. She had the single, little bleeder up the middle.
They only have one person on the bench. That's Kelly O'Brien, if needed. The Hills. But danger here again, isn't it? We're at the top with Hood.
And she fouls this away, so Tash Straps ahead 0-2. Sturt just got to get out of this and take away some positives. I mean, the positives is, again, they're not getting hit around too bad. It's just a couple defensive misplays. That hurts a little bit, but yeah, just good string hitting here from Hills. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, that's right. And it's early days. We're not going to time.
And she swings at this one. This goes to the outfield, but Lily Rashid takes a comfortable catch out there to retire Amber Hood, and that ends the first. So good job getting a couple out, but it's a 6-0 hole already for the Sturt Falcons lead.
Yes, well, here's their chance to come back. They're going to have a little chat here, the Falcons.
The good thing is they have so much time to come back. This isn't a 90-minute time game, and that's when the difference is made right here. You know, if this was a 90-minute game, already we're 20 minutes in, you're chasing 6 runs, you're fighting the clock, there's a bit of pressure here. They got 6 innings. They're going to have 6 more turns to bat here. You know, they got 18 more outs to work with. They just need to run every 3 outs and keep them at bay, and you're back in this.
Yeah, and you're quite correct there, Eric, and they don't need to panic. There's, as we say continually, there's
so much time.
Game, there's so much time. Just go about your business.
And Sturt really can put runs up in a hurry, and they do have the bats to do it, and leading off the inning is Maddie Cameron, and she's certainly one of them.
Well, she comes up with a cracking shot here. That'll be a good start for innings number 2.
So when you're down by this much, Lee, what is the advice to a young team like this? Is it just one pitch at a time?
One pitch at a time, I think. That's all you can do, Eric.
I really love the advice that you heard here from a couple ABL managers. Chris Adamson says this with a bite, is just win every pitch. If you can win every pitch, it's going to add up at the end of the game. This one in the dirt. Bounces off Jackie Crafter. She's going to take a little breath there. She's all right, smiling away. You can see her.
Yeah.
1-0 count here in the second inning. Maddie Cameron got to get back into this here for the Falcons. And she hits this hard, and a great play from Hood. Throw across the diamond, and it was just a little stretched out as Maddie will go step back on the bag. What a job, though, from Amber Hood to snag that one.
Yes, an excellent backing up by catcher Alex Mackey then was right in a good spot to prevent Maddie Cameron going further than first base.
What a quick throw. Really hard to grab that off the bag. I think she would have been safe anyway. She was sort of standing on the bag, but my goodness, what an effort. Georgie Baker put together a pleasant season here. I've loved watching Georgie play because when you need a clutch hit, Georgie just seems to come up and deliver.
Yeah, another one that can hit the ball hard. It's about hitting it often now.
And again, a pitch there, and Alex Mackey, very solid defensively, Alex Mackey. You saw her throw a runner out early, and you saw that defensive coverage earlier as well, too. So, settling in here. And this is just chopped foul. And here's the pitch, just down in the dirt, so it's good here. Now we're starting to work the counts a little bit. Rain coming down a little bit here, just in drizzles. Georgie Baker called out on strikes. Georgia Hood gets Georgie Baker in what was a big battle out there. So that's the first one down. Lauren Fleming to the plate. Lauren Fleming has really come on strong at the end of this season. She's really worked that average up, sitting around that 300 mark. Another really solid young player. And she swings at this one. And this is bobbled a little bit. Throw over to first. And she's out. She's called out at first. A close play. We'll get a look at the replay. Fleming was hustling down the line. It was bobbled over at second from Kim Cutting. Here's a look at the replay. This one just chopped over. There's the hustle. And this is... Oh, that's a close play, Lee.
Yes.
That was just, it's tough to tell. She was called out. Here it is again. I don't know if it'll slow down at all. It's a bang-bang play. There's the bobble. Ooh, that's a close play. I mean, from my perspective here, it looked safe, but it's tough to tell. The umpire's right there and sees it a lot closer than we can, and it was a close play. And that's how it's going to go down in the scorebook, though. It's going to go out as a 4-3 play. And swing right here from Tash Straps. That should score a run. Running around at first, and the Falcons are in flight. It's Tash time. Tash Straps delivers a clutch RBI.
I tell you what, that was going, wasn't it? She really hit that hard.
She was no mistake about that one. And that is, you know, something that you can take positive on. You know, they had 6 innings to go. You got to win each inning by 1 run to get yourself there, and they're up 1-0 in the second, and it's 6-1 in the game. Lily Rashid batting 8th in the lineup. Well, you saw how pumped up Maddie Cameron was, touching them all there too. Well, they used that call, controversial call at first, to fire him up, saying she didn't go around.
Got to keep it going now, don't they? 2 down.
And chopped again. Lily Rashid, good job staying alive here. It's a 1-2 count.
Sounds like the name of a song, Staying Alive.
Staying alive. 6-1, Hills lead Sturt. Sturt trying to rally a comeback. They've already got 1 in the second, 2 outs. And Rashid swings at that one. 2 strikeouts this inning from Georgia Hood. And that ends the side, but they do get 1 run back, and it's a 6-1 game.
Well, they can work on that.
They can, but they do need to hold them at bay here. That is for sure.
They need to have a very tight innings here defensively.
So does your approach change if it's a 6-1 game now? How does that change on the mound at all? If you're up 6-1, down 6-1, even defensively, do you got to get a bit more aggressive?
Well, I'm certain you need to, but just attack the ball. You know, when the ball's, want the ball to come to your area. That's what you need to do. In the situation like this, you know, it's no good hanging back. Attack the ball. You miss the ball then, not so bad. But if you wait and then miss the error of the ball, then it looks really bad. Well, and you can't afford to with a 5-run deficit.
Emily Hopkins had that RBI earlier. I don't know if she had the
very high pitch it was too. First pitch that she received.
Oh, not the RBI. She just got on base, sorry. She had that single that went up there. And this is hit hard, and Emily Hopkins is 2 for 2 to start the game. She's aboard with a leadoff single. So already leading 6-1, Hills can really start to pile it on here in the second inning.
And I noticed that Emily's batting at number 2 spot now, and she doesn't usually bat at that spot. So they obviously knew something.
Great decision from the coaching staff, evidently, because there she's 2 for 2. Georgia Hood took a walk earlier. It was an interesting cat and mouse battle last time, and it was just won by Hood in the end on the walk.
Well, I think with George, they're not going to go bunt, but I'd be inclined to do that, just to push her on.
Drops down low.
You don't like taking away the bat from a hitter like her. But team thing, get that other run back, the run that was scored when Maddie crossed the plate for Sturt.
A good job there from Georgia Hood to take that one. It was just drifting outside, but she's ahead 3-0, and you can just see how carefully Sturt are pitching her.
Yes, well, she wouldn't want to just slot one in there.
Straps, here's the pitch, and this is hit hard. You see the power she's got. It's well foul, but you can see how she can turn on one. But again, there's sort of that off-pace stuff there that Tash can mix in that can throw a hitter like this off their timing off.
Hasn't thrown too many change-up at the moment.
We'll see if she does one here, and again, just chop foul. 3-2 count. You can see down the line there, there's a couple Sturt players just playing some catch, warming up. I don't know if it's Jazz Strandlands or not, maybe warming up. It was tough to see. Either way, here's the pitch from Straps. Called outside, and for the second time, Georgia Hood walks. Pippa Adkins had those 3 RBIs. There's an error out in the center field, but she got to third, and she had that big hit. 1 for 1. She scored 3 at her last at-bat.
I think she'll bunt.
She's going to swing at the first pitch. Played over here and tagged out. Runners advanced to second and third, so job done from Pippa Adkins.
Same result, wasn't it?
So Danny Perez steps up. She grounded out to the pitcher last time. It was on the bunt, so she was trying to score the run on the squeeze, and it worked. She got an RBI. And Danny Perez has a runner at third. Could she do the same thing? Reckon you could see the bunt, Lee?
Well, looking at the runners on base, I'm saying no. I think lack of leg speed. George isn't, they're not slow runners, don't get me wrong there, but I think...
There are no Adas, and there's the bunt down the line, and it's right down the line. Misses the play, and she got her at first, throw to home, safe. So that's exactly what she does. So she's gone out. Oh, she's safe, sorry, at first, wasn't she? Oh, let's see what the call was at first. Here's the play. I think she was out at first, sorry. Here's the bunt, right down the line. Couldn't quite get the tag on. Throw to first, got her out there, throw home. Sorry, called out. So 2 RBIs now on the day, both on the bunts. And here's a hit, and this gets to the outfield. Kim Cutting gets this all the way to the wall, and that scores another run, and Cutting steps in with another hit. And it scores another run. So it is now 8-1.
And the batting keeps coming, doesn't it?
And it's all these first pitches they're swinging at.
Yeah.
And coaching staff, Carolyn Gardner going out there for a word.
Looks like.
And that's the end of Tash Straps for the day, I think. So it'll be Jazz Strandlands.
Tash is going out to
center field, and Lily Rashid coming out.
And the rest, yep.
So that's the changes there. So we have Tash Straps going from pitcher to center field, and then Jazz Strandlands, the Canadian, coming in there. She's been playing A and B grade for the club this year. She has pitched 18 in a third innings this season, and she did pitch and start the game versus Hills last time that they won. She got a 2.673 ERA, and she's got a 2-1 record when she is pitching with the bat. Jazz Strandlands has been okay as well. She's got a 400 on base percentage, just the 158 batting average, but she has been working away on there with a few walks. So she's been a very useful player to have on this team, Jazz Strandlands, from Canada and wearing jersey number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, that's in the ice hockey.
Greatest athlete in the history of sport. So it is an 8-1 game. There's a runner on second. There is only one out. Or there's 2 outs, sorry. There are 2 outs. Alex Mackey to the plate. She had that first pitch swing last time. Once again, she had the double, or the single, sorry. And she swings at that one. And again, swinging the first one, and Jazz Strandlands gets them to miss. So Sturt bit back with 1. And then Hills at the bottom of the second and put 2 up here. And she swings at that one. That goes foul, so she's ahead 0-2. 8-1 game. I'll tell you what, the drive for 5. They've had a stranglehold on the championship plate here since, what, 2012 was the last time another team won. No, 2013 was the last time another team won. So it's been 5 years since another club has hoisted the plate.
I repeat,
and it's on life support right now.
I repeat what I said. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. But things getting scary for the Falcons. The Heat are burning them right now, 8-1. But you are right, Lee, there's 5 more innings after this, and Sturt, for a team that won 14-3 in a Mercy Rule game before, doesn't even need that much time to put up that run. Pitch just outside, 3-2 count.
She pitched Jazz Strangland, pitched in the B grade final prior to this. I saw her pitching anyway. I don't know how many innings she pitched. So she's had a bit of a taste of it.
Well, we got a good battle. Here's the pitch. Hit to the center field, and this is going to drop in for a base hit. They're holding up the runners, so it's a single to center field for Alex Mackey, and she's having a very good ball game.
Yes, back-to-back hits the center field.
I think the only player, Georgia Ballard, she's only batted once. The only player right now, other than that, is Danny Perez. She has no hits in this game, but she's got 2 sacrifice bunts for 2 RBIs, so I think she's done her role.
Certainly has.
Steph Stewart had that crunching double to right field in her last at-bat on the first pitch. Watch this one go high. Runners on the corners, and what an important out this is. Get out of the inning. Keep it 8-1. Don't let this get to double digits quite yet.
I tell you what, Hill's Heat aggression has been noticeable.
And there you go. Aggressive base running again, and they tried the double steal. Throw back to third. Runner gets to second, but that was a good heads-up play by the Sturt infield to keep the runner at bay. It's just going to be a stolen base for Alex Mackey.
Yes, I don't think I'll be taking Maddie Cameron's arm on.
No, I would not either.
Situation when you're only halfway down.
And you see Maddie played that well, and she was, look at that. There's no way she would have been safe at all.
No.
So Kim Cutting, retreat, retreat, retreat. And called a strike. With a bit of a sarcastic round of applause from the Sturt supporters behind us. It's a 1-2 count, though. Can they get out of the inning? That's what they got to do here. Here's the pitch. She swings through that one. That's a big strikeout. Jazz Strandland comes on, gets a big strikeout, and keeps them at bay. It is still a difficult situation. So we've played 2 right now, and Lee, we've seen a couple big home runs this year, and throughout the finals, we're going to have a bit of a chance for the fans to vote on their favorite plays. Today, we're going to focus on the home runs. We got a couple nominees for you too. What was your favorite home run, Lee? Here's the Jessica Maslin smash.
Deep to
Magic Maslin. Oh my goodness, that was crushed, wasn't it? And that was the big difference maker in that game. That was a 3-run shot.
Magic from Maslin.
So Jess Maslin absolutely smoked that one. Head to Softball SA on Facebook to vote right now in the poll. She absolutely crushed that one. That was brilliant. And now here's Sophie Hoyle.
There she goes. That's a
Loved the call from James on this one. Man, she
She
smoked that one. Sophie Hoyle, which one do you like? Both are pretty good shots.
Yeah, I like Hoyle.
I
think they went a bit deeper.
I'm going to give Hoyle for the sheer volume of the hit. However, I would go on there. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to vote for Maslin. Nothing against Sophie's hit, but Maslin's was the 3-run shot.
It certainly was.
And it made the difference in that game.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
That's the only reason. Yeah. But if I'm going purely on the home run, I'm going to give it to Sophie.
I could be twisted here.
You could be. I think it's, we'll let the people decide, and you can head to Softball SA right now and vote. Well, Sturt back down 7 runs. They were down 6-0 and now 8-1. But it's the 3rd inning. They need to hit some runs again. Jessie Keach, the youngster, leading it off. She's earned a spot in the lineup here. Great to see. She's already had a couple pretty clutch hits this season. Another promising player from the Sturt junior team.
She's hit a couple of long balls. One of them landed in, went out to the fence at left field. The other one was caught at deep left field. So that's what I remember of the hitting.
2-0 count. Well, Lee, I got an update from the backfield right now. It is a heavyweight battle between two teams. Only the premiers and the minor premiers and the runner-ups. Winner goes to the grand final. You got Gabby Snyder, outstanding season on the mound for Walkerville, and Maddie Scott, the youngster, in her first full season pitching for West Torrens this year. Lee, you want to guess what the score is after 3 innings?
0-0.
0-0. 3 innings, 0-0. The report from Andrew Scott on the backfield is both pitchers tough to hit right now, and I probably could have expected that, to be honest. And here's a pitch. Jessie Keach hits that hard. Unlucky. It goes right to Georgia Hood. However, great play from Georgia Hood, and retires Jessie Keach to start the inning for the first out.
Yes, 0-0 after 3. No surprise.
What a game that will be. So the winner of that goes to the grand final, and the loser will play the winner of this one. Ada Caruana was gunned down in her first at-bat in the first inning by Amber Hood, which was a great switched-on play from Amber, and probably an indication of what was to come, because this Hills team has just been firing on all cylinders, offense, defense, everything.
Yes, they've been aggressive, right on top of their game, right at this moment.
Caruana, just a mainstay on the state team for so long. Such a threat on the base pass. If she can get her on base, it's going to be hard to prevent her from scoring. That said, Alex Mackey gunned her down already in this game.
Yes. Well, we'll see, won't we? But she needs to get on. She'll bat to get on. Then we've got the Tonkin sisters. We've spoken about them.
So
great servants of the club.
And a swing and a miss, and that's a foul tip. Called strike. So it's 2-2 or 2-1 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ada, such a high on base percentage. It'd be pretty surprising to see her not get on in the first 2 at-bats, but she'll be back later in the game, and she's a threat. And what a great eye from Ada to lay off that one. That's why she's one of the best in the game.
I think George is just going to throw it in there, force her to play a shot. Take your chance with your defense, which are doing a terrific job, because she doesn't want to walk her. She gets on her own metal, well, that's fair enough.
Drop down low. Well, 3-2 count, sorry. Oh, I guess I lost count there.
That's fine. Hey, that's fine.
It happens to the best of us.
It certainly does.
Now it's a full count.
Yeah, well, now it's the pitch. It's the pitcher strike.
And Caruana swings at that one. Georgia grabs this, guns it to first, and an easy out. Both batters retired. 1-3 brings up Rachel Tonkin with 2 outs and nobody on. So she can get on base. She got Sarah and Maddie behind her.
So all you've got to do, George, in that situation, that count, just let her hit the ball, and if she's good enough to get on base, fine, but not walk her. Because as you said, Eric, many times, she's real danger on base, Ada.
Rachel Tonkin, dangerous in her own right. Couple youngsters here, they've gone against each other a lot growing up, from juniors all the way up to this level. Georgia versus Rachel, and there'll be a lot more battles to come.
Yeah, certainly will.
And Rachel Tonkin, this grounds, Mackey throw to first, and this one is caught and gunned down. What a fantastic play over at first from Pippa Adkins to get the out. It was a bit of a high throw. Pippa's having herself a heck of a game. Here's the hit, just chopped up. Here's the throw. It's a hard throw from Mackey. Oh, Pippa Adkins reaches up and gets down. What a fantastic play.
Reflexes, heads up, fielding then.
So Pippa Adkins, the early star in this one. That is for sure. So Georgia Ballard Another young player, hasn't had too much experience at this level, but she's in the finals, and she's part of the side that's all right now. It's 8-1.
Well, whatever she does here, Georgia, it'll be a bonus because the rest are doing it.
Well, I mean, if she can get on base, that'd be absolutely fantastic for her. Played a few games this year.
Only a young player, I believe.
And you'll love to see that. So Jazz Strandland pitching in her first full inning. She's already got a third under there.
And the outfield for Georgia Ballard are playing, well, on this side of the diamond, right field Ada and centre field Tash. I think they're playing a little deep for this girl, but I may be wrong.
And called ball again. I mean, you hear the groans, but it's been so consistent the whole game. I mean, that's what the strike zone is, and they're not hitting it.
The groans, you mean?
Yeah.
Consistent? Okay.
The groans are consistent, but the strike zone's been very consistent.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask from an umpire.
Oh, it's been a fine strike zone. Yeah, great 3-1 count. I would have never ever been an umpire, especially even in this game tonight. We've seen so many really close plays. And there's a nice pitch there. Comes back with something a bit different, and it's a 3-2 count. Makes Georgia Ballard reevaluate what she's got to do here. Here's the pitch. And there's a big strikeout from Jazz Strandlands. It's her second strikeout in a row dating back to last inning. And it'll turn it over to the top of the lineup, Amber Hood. We're 1 for 2 in the game, and she's scored already, and we'll go back to the top. Update from the backfield. Cats have got on board. It's a 1-0 game. We figured that'd be a 2-1, 3-2, 1-0, 2. There wouldn't be too many runs in this game. I'll tell you what, though, going against Gabby Snyder.
It's a tough call.
I mean, a 1-0 lead for them. And this is grounded over, grabbed down by Strandland, throw to first, got her. And a well-done play there from the veteran pitcher. I'll tell you what, so it's 8-1 in this one, Hills over Sturt, but when you're going against Gabby Snyder and you're down 2-3-0, that can feel like an 8-1 lead as well. It is a tough task getting hits off Gabby, and it's been like that all year.
Exactly. She's done well since she's come on, Jazz. Here.
Well, 2 outs here. We're in the third, and a 1-2-3 inning would be a pretty good place to start for a bit of a comeback for the Falcons, and getting Emily Hopkins out, who's on fire right now. She's 2 for 2. She scored twice. That's a great start. Hopkins just chops this. It's going to be a slow roller. Maddie Cameron throw to first, got her. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Falcons. That's what they needed, and maybe they can draw some confidence with it as we head to the fourth. They're still down 7.
Yeah, so far better innings, and as I said, Jazz Strangling is looking the goods at the moment.
Well, just get them up and about, and this is who you want to start the inning with. Sarah Tonkin, Maddie Cameron, and Georgie Baker. Lauren Fleming, who's been swinging a good bat lately, right behind her. Tash Straps already has a hit. You know, those are the next 5 up here. It's a good part of the lineup to have right in the middle to start this off.
It certainly is, and I can see a couple of 3 runs coming here.
Well, it's also the second time they faced Georgia through the lineup, and you know, regardless of the pitcher you're going against, it gets a little easier for the batter the more times you see someone. So if you're Sturt, you got to hope.
Yeah, you get some confidence.
And you know what? Sometimes when you struggle in a stretch of the game, things feel like they're spiraling out of control. You can't seem to stop much going on. That 1-2-3 inning, that can sometimes work wonders because it just brings stability to yourself.
Yeah, that's right. And it just lifts them so the batters come out and do their part now.
So Georgia Hood back on the mound, and Sarah Tonkin will walk up. She had an infield single in her first at-bat. Very close play at first that Sarah just beat out in an 8-1 game. So can Tonkin get on board to start the inning off?
She's capable.
Just bats that one away, foul. And just a bit outside, so Sarah watches that go by. It's a 1-1 count. Big inning here for Sturt. Need to get a couple just to chip back into the lead. They don't need 7 at once.
No,
But
be handy, but they don't.
But they do need 7 over 4, and Tonkin lifts this to the outfield, and she's got herself the second hit of the night. So Sarah Tonkin gets the leadoff runner on. It's something they did in the second inning and scored. Let's see if they can do it again. And Maddie Cameron, the Aussie national. You need your best players to be your best players. Maddie Cameron, Team Australia, there's some status that comes with it. And man, there's a bit of an aura about her on the field. She's a hard one to pitch to.
Yep.
And she swings at the first one. This is going to get through. It's batted down by Perez, and she's going to get aboard. It was a good effort from Danny Perez to get there, but Maddie Cameron's going to get there on an infield single. So we got a runner on first and a runner on second, and Georgie Baker will step up. Here's a big opportunity for Sturt.
Here's their chance.
Got to cut back into the lead.
Got to get 2 runs here.
And a bit high. So this was the first time that Georgia Hood's been really under pressure in the game.
Yeah, but with the lead they have and their field, unfortunate for Danny then, just knocked it down. I thought she was going to swoop on it.
So down 8-1, do you play small ball and try to bunt the runners up, or do you just try to swing away?
No, I think you swing. You need to put some hits together.
If it was a 2 or 3-1 game, maybe?
Yeah, but you've got to get it down. You've got to whittle this lead down. Plus, it gives the batters confidence too if they're hitting the ball.
So Georgie Baker needs to get something going. She swings at that one. That was a pitch she wanted, and she just missed it oh so slightly.
Yeah, the problem if you go short, bunt the ball now, is that Hills will just play, give you a base or a run for an out, you know, and the outs will mount up. So that's what they'll work on. So hits are what they want.
Just outside. So it's a 3-1 count. She should get one in her wheelhouse here. She misses. It's going to be bases loaded, Georgia Hood on the mound. So it's Georgia to Georgie. Georgia won round 1. She got a strikeout looking.
Yeah. Oh, she won't want to go down looking again here, George.
Georgie Baker will work the count, though. So, and she's done it again. It's a 3-1 hit, and she swings away at this one, keeps it alive. It's a full count. So
they look like they're up and about here, the Falcons.
They do, and it's another good battle between Georgie Baker and Georgia Hood. It's one of those things in softball, sometimes you don't always get the hits, but you do want to make them earn it and work for it. I mean, more often than not, you're not getting on base anyway, so make them earn it. Here's the pitch, and she swings at that one. It's a hard hit ball. Throw to third. They get the force off. Throw across the diamond. She's going to be safe. That was a smart play from Georgia Hood, who gets Sarah Tonkin out. Very smart play from Georgia Hood. Georgie Baker going to get on a fielder's choice. And that is sometimes the difference in this game. It's a cruel, cruel game. You have a couple soft hit balls from Hills that find their way to the outfield. And Georgie Baker actually hit this one pretty good, but it was right at the pitcher.
Yep. Not much they could do about that.
Lauren Fleming, victim of a really nice defensive play, 4-3 last time. She looked like that was the play that she was right there at first base. It was a 50-50 call whether she was safe or not. She was called out. But that's how it goes down in the book, 4-3.
That's it.
She's behind 0-1, runner on first and second. Fleming, then Straps, need to string together something, swings at that one, and she's behind 0-2. Fleming swings at that one, and another strikeout here from Georgia Hood. So Georgia Hood now, I believe, has 4 strikeouts here, and we're in the 4th inning.
Correct.
Tash Straps had a single that scored Maddie Cameron. She had that with 2 outs last time. Another 2-out hit would be big here. She swung on the first pitch last time. What does she do here? And she thinks about it, but just watches that go by. Smart decision. It's a ball.
Her hit she got in the first turn at bat was really travelling. Probably as hard a hit as we've seen tonight so far. So she'd need to repeat it here, at least get 1 run.
And she swings at that one. It's chopped just over the head there. She's racing down the line. Throw to first. She goes in there. Out. It was a good hustle there from Tash. She's called out, but They put runners on first and second with nobody out, and unfortunately for the Falcons, they can't score any. So it's a 7-run lead heading to the bottom of the fourth.
Yes, that would have been a disappointing result for the Falcons then, but they're up and bubbly, so continue on. We've only played 3.
We're 3.5. They've batted 4 times. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to mention it, but the mercy rules are 15 after 3, 10 after 4, and 7 after 5. So if the score holds here and Sturt don't put any runs up in their next turn at bat, that's it. So Hills with a good chance to try to pile it on. Update from the backfield. How about this? Walkerville goes up 1-0. West Torrens, that lineup just so deep, they've just put up 2. It's a 2-1 game. West Torrens after 4 on the backfield. What a game that sounds likely.
It's a cracker. 2 runs off of Gabby Snyder is impressive.
2 runs off Gabby Snyder in the same inning. So West Torrens, those are the 2 teams that have really been setting the mark here. One of these teams going to get a shot at one of them next week. Will it be Hills? They have an advantage 8-1 right now. Or will we see a comeback in the works? But their backs are really against the wall now. Georgia Hood settling in here, trying to bring the hurt. She's had a great game already, and she swings at this one. This is hit way back, all the way to the wall, and Georgia Hood has just crushed one all the way to the wall, and she stands in there with a triple. Oh my hoodness.
There's an emphatic answer from George, isn't it? Gee, that was gone.
Oh.
It was sitting there and she just clubbed it.
She's a pretty good hitter.
She's a powerful person, and we see that with her pitching and with her batting.
Well, Pippa Adkins has laid down a sacrifice earlier. She's got 3 RBIs. She's had a great game defensively and a great season overall. She had that big first punch of the game, and they haven't really looked back. And she's got a runner on third and a chance to really put that foot on the throat here of the Falcons. And this is hit high in the air. Is it going to be played? It's caught. Runner's going to stay, so a good job holding that at bay. So runner stays at third, and this is just such a crucial run that they have to keep off the base here, because that forces them to score 2 runs for sure in the next inning to keep this game going.
Yeah, certainly, and Danny Perez, she'll be looking to get a crack of the bat. Been out twice.
Yeah, but she got 2 RBIs.
Yep.
2 RBIs from 2 bunts. Danny Perez has done. This is, you know what, perfect. You put her in the 5th part of the lineup, and she's going to swing this. This is hit hard. This is going back, and it goes over the outfielder. So that's going to score a run, and it's a double from Danny Perez.
I tell you what, you've spoken about the 2 runs she scored by her doing the squeeze bunts.
3 RBIs.
Look how hard she hit that.
You know what, I was just about to say before she hit that, you know, talk about that ultimate team player in the middle of the lineup. The top 4 are just on fire today. They're getting on base. Her role, score the run any way she can. That one was on a fly ball. It got over the outfielder and off to near the wall. She scored 2 on a bunt. Excellent game played from Danny Perez. How about Kim Cutting? She's been on base twice. She had the double the last time. That scored a run. But right now it's a 9-1 game, and she swings at that one and looks away. So she does represent the winning run. If she can get on and score here and get this pushed to 10 runs, that'll end it.
Half the crowd in the stand unhappy with that. Half are happy.
Well, Sturt have won the last 4 championships, and it's well and truly on the brink right now.
Yes, it's time, isn't it? It's time.
And here's a hit down the line. It's picked up there by Georgie Baker, steps on the bag and advances the runner to third, so it's 2 out. Runner over at third. It's a 9-1 game here in the top of the 4th. Hills putting themselves in mercy territory over Sturt here against a team that has shown no mercy the last 4 seasons. on the verge of being mercied.
And here's probably their in-form batter, one of their in-form batters here, Alex Mackey.
Defensively, Alex Mackey's had a great game as well, too.
Yeah.
This whole Hills team, they've just been on fire today, and it's good to see. Alex Mackey swings at this one and is chopped foul, so Jazz Strandland has a bit of an advantage here. It's a 1-2 count. They got off to a huge start. They scored 6 in the first inning. After that, it's been a pretty even ball game, to be honest, but that 6-run first inning from Hills, just the biggest difference in the world. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. That's a huge strikeout there from Jazz Strandland. So it's through 4 and it's 9-1. And Lee, this is it here for Sturt. They have to score a couple runs to keep this game alive.
Well, it's in their court, isn't it? I'm sure they'll give plenty, but they started with 2 people on base in the previous innings. Couldn't score them.
And ruin those opportunities. So 9-1.
Yeah.
Need a couple runs, but they got a good opportunity here. Jazz Strandlands and Jesse Keach.
And this one is
put
gone.
those danger hitters right there.
It's
so
magic
important to get some
from
runners on early here.
Maslin.
Yeah.
And with one swing of the bat,
And again,
it's
here's a look at the poll here. Which
3-1
home run
Tigers.
would you
Wow.
like to vote for the, call it the quote-unquote home of the year? You just saw the Jess Maslin home run. Here's a look at Sophie Hoyle. My goodness, look how quick that ball's off the bat.
Look how far it went over.
Oh, that is well over the fence. A little trot there from Sophie Hoyle.
I'll tell you what, if the dog show was on, there'd be 3 hours up. German Shepherds missing.
I know, you're absolutely right with the German Shepherd Club back there. Sophie Hoyle touches them all.
I'm still sticking with Hoyle.
I'm going to go just to even it out with Maslin. So I'll vote for Maslin, you vote for Hoyle. That way, Spacequake stays neutral. I got one, you got the other, and we get that vote count up. So head to the Softball SA page to do that now. Jazz Strandland, season on life support. Can the Falcons live another inning?
Well, the first 2 batters will tell a story here.
Here's the pitch.
Pitch of the pitcher. They love it, don't they? Pitchers when they pitch to the opposing pitcher.
And Jazz has pitched 2 1/3 innings. She has allowed just the 1 run. Ooh. Again, now you have Hills calling for the pitch, but again, the same spot. Hasn't been called a strike all day. Why would it be called a strike now?
Well, this is going to be a strike here, and this is the one to swing at. Jazz, if you're going to swing at something, swing at this guts pitch.
2-0 count. Here's the pitch.
There it is.
Yeah, good pitch there.
2-0
Brought
count.
the heat as well, too.
2-0
Have to
count.
throw one.
You have to throw your bat at it. You may not get another chance.
2-1 count. Strandland up to bat. She has a very good on-base percentage. Watches it go down low, 3-1 count. So they are working. They were doing this last inning as well, too, starting to work Georgia a little more, too, on the mound.
Well, that's the name of the game, isn't it? Cat and mouse. You've got to outthink the pitcher and the catcher. Make them work.
And Jazz Strandland trotting her way to first base. That is a huge job there done.
Excellent effort.
By the Canadian. Gets on base, Jessie Keach, the youngster, followed by Ada Caruana. They need a couple runs. Keach swings at the first pitch, and this is well hit. This is going way back. That's a huge hit from the youngster. Jessie Keach steps there on second. Strandland stops at third, and there's runners on second and third for the Falcons. Jessie Keach delivers a huge hit.
What a great shot.
And so early in the count, the youngster, you show your faith in your kids, the kids will show faith in you. You got runner on second and third, and Ada Caruana. How dangerous is she? Now this is interesting because even she could lay down a bunt and reach safely.
Fantastic though, Jessie. As I said to you before at the start, she can hit a long ball.
So
that was a great shot.
Just to recap here, the run rule in this competition is, and this is hit right back at Georgia Hood. That's going to score a run. Caruana's there safely. It's a 9-2. So just to recap, if it's 7 runs or more at the end of this inning, so if they don't score another run here and they don't get this deficit less than 7, that's the ball game. It's over. And the Falcons have responded with 2 straight hits and 1 on base. They got 2 runners on and nobody out, and it's 9-2. Rachel Tonkin can score a run to keep Sturt alive. Still lots of time, but the first thing is you have to be in it to win it.
Time is no problem, is it?
Time's no problem, but the run rule is they need another run, have to score one. Rachel Tonkin steps up, drops down low. Is the runner going to stay there? Alex Mackey, a good block there.
Well done by Alex then.
They're so close across the edge, but the Falcons are up and about. Tonkin looking nice and relaxed in the batter's box. (9-2). Georgia delivers the pitch. Tonkin, hard hit ball off the first baseman. That's going to score a run. It's Tonkin time. And the Sturt Falcons are still in it. They'll live to fight another inning. It's 9-3.
Fantastic effort from the girls.
Well, when the backs were against the wall, the defending champs have come up with a string of hits, a string of hard hit balls. Finally, they're getting a little bit of luck. They had some hard hit balls that were just nice defensive plays. Now they're still hitting them hard. They're just getting the right bounces.
Yeah, that's true, because a player like Pepper Adkins normally swallow that. But it's the pressure, isn't it? It's the pressure in the game.
So we started the inning wondering if this was the last inning we'd see. If Sturt went 3 up, 3 down, didn't score 2 runs, the ball game would have been over, but they've scored 2 and they haven't even had to use an out yet. They got runners on the corners. It's 9-3, and they got Sarah Tonkin and Maddie Cameron on deck. The Sturt Falcons, can they climb their way back in this ball game? Sarah Tonkin swings at the first one, and I like the aggression. Throw over to second. She's out easily. So Rachel Tonkin gets caught up there. They do get a runner over to third. So Sarah Tonkin still with a runner at third, 1 out down here in the 5th inning. On the backfield, once again, 2-1 game back there. West Torrens leads at the end of 4 was the last update. Tonkin needs to deliver. They need another one. They need to keep pushing back. And she swings at this one, grounded over to Hood. They're going to try to force the runner home, sliding back in. There's Caruana, and that gets away. She's going to race down the line, and the Falcons have scored 3 in the inning, and they're back in the ballgame. It's 9-4. Ada Caruana scores. Tonkin is out. So the bases are clear for Maddie Cameron, but they were facing the run rule and they've scored 3. It's 9-4, and they're still very much in this ball game. That's clutch from a very experienced championship-winning Sturt team.
And look at the batter now, it's Cameron.
Maddie Cameron, 2 outs and nobody on. She can have a pretty much free swing at this one and just see what kind of damage she can do. Don't count out the Falcons. Called strike. No, called ball, sorry. 2-0 count. Well, swing and a miss there. Well, Sturt went down 6-0 after the first inning, but since then, the game's been tied.
Yep.
Or they've been leading the game, actually. They've been up 4-3 since the first inning.
Noses in front from them.
All you want to do is have that first inning back. Here's the pitch. Just goes to show that one big inning can be that big difference maker.
Certainly can.
Limit the big ones, and you're going to be in the game. Well, this Sturt team has a lot of heart. We know that. They were never going to quit or lay down easy. And they're battling back. It's 9-4. And this one gets by, and Maddie Cameron will get to first. So a Cameron is aboard, and the inning continues. Georgie Baker reached on a fielder's choice last inning. They had the runners on first and second with nobody out last inning, and they couldn't score anybody. This time they got runners on with nobody out, and they made no mistake. They've scored 3. And we're still counting them. Baker, rocket shot right off the arm of Hood. She'll throw her out at first. That ends the inning. You hope Georgia's okay.
Great recovery from Georgia. Hood then. That was going.
The Falcons are not dead yet. Still living to fight another inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. They get out of that run rule territory, and that was step 1. They still got a couple more innings. Couple more innings like that, and this could be a crazy comeback. The bottom of the lineup coming up there with Jazz Strandland looking pretty good. So it's a 9-4 game. 7 runs after 5 is the run rule, and they were down 8 heading into it, and they're back out of it.
Character
Great
inning. Character shown then by the Sturt Falcons.
Well, you gotta love it. They certainly went down early, and they certainly have shown that there's no way they can quit. Update on the backfield, 2-1 after 5. Maddie Scott must be pitching a gem back there to keep a high-flying Walkerville offense at bay. How about Gabby Snyder? She must be pitching pretty well to pitch one of the hottest offense in the competition. West Torrance haven't lost in 2018. Who's punching their ticket to the grand final this time next week live on Channel 44? And the loser will play the winner of this one.
Yep, this is Steph Stewart.
She is 1 for 2. She's got an RBI double and a strikeout.
And then Georgia Ballard.
Jazz Strandland's faced her once. She struck her out. She's got 2 strikeouts. She's allowed 1 run over the 2 1/3 innings that Jazz has pitched so far. We're here in the bottom of the 5th, 1-1 game. Here's the pitch. As the rain starts to come down a little bit. And it's getting a little bit heavier, Lee. This makes it a whole other element to this finals. You got to battle everything. And Stewart chops this up. It's going to be a race for it in foul territory. And a fantastic catch taken by Georgie Baker. Just ones you have to make.
Then, George, that was a great effort, wasn't it?
Through the rain, through
right
the lights.
Against the fence.
Against the fence, everything. Look at this. She was playing in the infield too. Reaches out, a bit behind her. Nice grab, big smile. Love to see it. The Falcons feeling good about themselves right now.
And rightly so.
Shirley Hills are feeling good about themselves too, though.
Yes, I think both teams feeling.
And is the pinch hitter, or is this still Georgia?
No, this is Kelly O'Brien.
Kelly O'Brien coming in for a pinch hit. And the rain just getting a little bit harder out there. Jazz Strandland, great body language from the Falcons. I love to see this. You go down 6-0, you keep fighting. Hills still, though, with all control in this game. There's to lose from this point onward. And this is just chopped right behind home plate. Moving back is Tonkin, and it just escapes her.
Looked like the wind took it. It doesn't feel like that.
I see the ball right there.
Yeah.
Trying to grab it there. And she's got it. Georgie Baker. They look like both teams look like they're having fun.
Well,
certain level of intensity about both of them.
Georgie Baker's up and about here.
And this is hit, and this is a little bloop to the outfield, and a big hit there from Kelly O'Brien puts her on. So it's 1 out, and Amber Hood, a real danger hitter,
Well,
will come to the plate.
Nice batting by Kelly O'Brien. And
very
rightly
nice.
so, seeing it's St. Patrick's Day.
Wearing green as well.
Yes, well, you can tack on the end of it if you like, Eric. Anytime.
Anytime, Lee. I'll follow your lead. Amber Hood, real star on this Hills team, real star in this competition. Bit high. And just outside. once again. Hills can still taste it. 2 runs here ends the game. They can win it in this inning and set a date with the loser of West Torrens and Walkerville. And she swings at that one, and that's going to even up the count 2-2.
Keeps her hands back on that well, doesn't she?
Softball under the lights.
In the rain.
You can see the outfield take a few steps back as well, too. Heavy hitter. And the rain has just picked up in intensity a lot, getting a little bit windier. You can really see it in the light poles out there, just how intense this rain really is. It's a full count. Got a good aura about this game, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Outside again, and Amber Hood's walking. So once again, Sturt with their backs against their wall, and the Hills Heat with one swing of the bat can end it. Emily Hopkins, if she can get that big RBI and score both the runs, can end this game.
And then Georgia Hood and Pippa Adkins.
And she swings at this one. Slow roller, throw to first. Got her. So they get the valuable second out, but the winning run is now in scoring position over at second. Hopkins is retired, and Georgia Hood. She's scored 3 times in this game. She's got a couple walks. She's got a triple, and she's pitched a gem on the mound. Has it on her bat and can send the Heat to the preliminary final.
Do you think about giving her an intentional walk?
It's tough, or do you just go for it? But you're absolutely right. But then again, if you do that, it's just another runner on. But again, I guess it's that runner on second. That's the winning run right now you got to worry about.
Well, that's why I think I'd walk her.
Georgia Hood can do it right here. Watches this outside. They're going to be very careful with her, I'm sure.
Well, she's had 1 triple and 2 base on balls.
And scored 3 times.
Well, I'm thinking that's even made my mind up completely about.
And it's a 3-0 count. Yeah. You can't see them going too hard at it here. And maybe that's what Sarah Tonkin's just saying right here. There's 2 outs. They just need the next out. But again, it's like picking your poison. Well, big update. It's a seesaw battle. The Cats up 3-2 as Hood walks. So the Cats have punched back. It was 1-0, then it was 2-1. Now it's 3-2. What a great game back there. But here we go. Bases are loaded for the second time today for Pippa Adkins. A base hit could win the game.
Well, I don't understand why the outfield is so deep when you need the ball caught. Because if it lands, the game will be over.
Adkins steps in. She swings at this one down the line, and that, a foot in, was over. It's strike 1. Pippa Adkins has had a tremendous rookie season, and I'm sure we'll see many more tremendous seasons to come.
We certainly will, but I still don't understand this because the ball needs to be caught. If it's short of these 2 outfielders at right and
game
center,
might end.
The game will end because that runner at second will score.
In the rain, in the heat, the Hills just so close. They can taste it. Fouled away. It's 0-2 now. On the other side, Jazz Strandland. She's got herself in a bit of trouble. It's hitting a couple walks. The bases are loaded. She can get a clean inning here. She's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. It's a savvy Sturt side.
Tell you what, she's done a terrific job, Jess.
Here's the pitch. And this is put in the air. Is this going to fall? It does. There's 1 run. Pippa Adkins delivers a hit. And the Hills Heat are going to the preliminary final. A 7-run lead, and the Hills Heat have done it. Pippa Adkins, a 5 RBI performance to send the 4-time defending champions back home.
Yes, and that's, I know I might be harping on this, but that's why I wonder why you'd have your outfield deep. All she has to do is clear the infield, and it's going to be 2 runs.
An 11-4 run rule win. They got up to a 6-0 lead in the first. What a great effort from Sturt to battle back, but that hitting just way too much for Hills at the end of the day.
Yes, it was, and full credit to Sturt as well because Jazz Strandland Run came in and took the bit between her teeth and really pitched well.
And you know what? To the Sturt team, you got to give them a lot of credit. They won 4 straight championships. It's hard to win 1, let alone 4 in a row. This year was always going to be a bigger challenge, just rebuilding year. They used a lot of young players, and this young team got themselves to the finals. And there's so many nice pieces to like about this team, whether it be your Lauren Flemings, whether it be your Rachel Tonkins, Maddie Cameron's going to get better, Sarah Tonkin, Belle's going to be back, all your young kids there too. A fantastic season still for Sturt.
Yes, certainly, and they should take a lot out of this. It's hard losing, and the end of your season comes to an abrupt close in the first final you play, but they've had a lot of success.
Well, stand by. We're trying to get a post-game interview for you, but it's a final here. Hills off to the preliminary final. It's an 11-4 win. An 11-4 run rule win in the minor final. Hills Heat, they're into the preliminary final. I'm here with Georgia Hood, pitcher, big batter day. 3 walks, though, on the day. Pippa Adkins, 5 RBIs, a tremendous game. Georgia, what a season it's been for Hills this year. First year in the competition, you put a whole new team together, and you're into the minor final. What does this mean to the club?
I guess we've set the standard pretty high for ourselves. We didn't expect much coming into this competition, but we've had a wide variety of players, so we're pretty proud of ourselves. We can't do much more.
We've got a nice mixture of age, experience, and some national team players as well, too. Pippa, you've been one of the younger players on the team, one of the stars of the season, that first and today 5 RBIs, including the walk-off hit. As a younger player on the team making such a big impact, what does that mean personally to you?
I guess it's my first season playing A grade full-time, so it means a lot, and I know me and as well as all of the team, we've worked really hard this season, and I'm glad we've pulled it off.
Look, I get nervous when it's the first time doing anything, and I can't imagine what it'd be like playing the first full season at such a high caliber of competition. How do you stay so calm, cool, and relaxed out there?
I don't.
You don't? All right. So you're telling me when it was a chance to win the game right there for you with bases loaded and all you need is that base hit, you're freaking out a little inside?
Yeah, a little bit.
I love that. And Georgia, for you, such a presence both on the mound there. How do you go about pitching a game? Your team gets up to a 6-0 lead. How do you go about your tactics when pitching such a high-flying Sturt team that's won 4 championships in a row?
I just got to know to hit my spots and that my team will back me up because we've trained for this, so just got to believe in my team backing me up.
And finally, Pippa, whoever you play next round, whether it be West Torrens or Walkerville, both tremendous opponents, how does the team go about approaching that for Wednesday?
Well, either of them are going to be really tough opponents, so I guess coming out with the same kind of intensity as we did tonight and really aggressive with the bats and, yeah, try our best, see what happens.
Well, fantastic game for Pippa Adkins, 5 RBIs. Georgia Hood, an excellent performance pitching. She scored 3 times and got on base 4 times with 3 walks. But the name of the day today is Hills Heat. They win 11-4. They've ended the championship run from Sturt, and they're off to the preliminary final. We'll see you on Wednesday night on Spacequake Sports. We'll have that game for you. Thanks, girls, for joining us, and we'll see you then.